Life Goes On will not be seen tonight so that we may bring you the following special program.
WTEN and Price Chopper Supermarkets are partners in an environmental awareness campaign entitled For the Next Generation. As part of that effort, we are proud to present this program showcasing environmental video projects by area young people. For the Next Generation, by the Next Generation. Ladies and gentlemen, your hosts for this evening, Beth McKay and Jim Brennan.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for this unique look at environmental issues as seen through the eyes of capital area students.
Maybe we should say as seen through their camcorders, Beth, because we invited our local schools to challenge their science and audio-video classes to produce a video on an environmental subject. The response was just overwhelming. As we began viewing the tapes, one thing became clear. The next generation understands the importance of our environment better than we had thought.
Now, we have tapes to show you from elementary, middle school, and high school level students. They use a variety of themes, styles, and techniques to make their points. We received tapes on a wide range of issues from wildlife to recycling to the petrified sea gardens. So without further ado, we are pleased to present our first production submitted by Tamarack Elementary School.
Help the world before it's gone. Show the next generation how to carry it on. Now's the time to make it strong. Now's the time to make it better. So let's sing the song all together. Oh, the next generation, clean and free. Follow the leader, can't you see? The earth is depending on you and me. Help the world before it's gone. Show the next generation how to carry it on. Now's the time to make it strong. Now's the time to make it better. So let's sing the song all together. Oh, the next generation, clean and free. Follow the leader, can't you see? The earth is depending on you and me. Oh, the next generation, clean and free. Follow the leader, can't you see? The earth is depending on you and me.
It's a catchy tune.
It sure is. In fact, ever since we received that tape, we've been singing it in the halls here at TV10.
You sing it very well, by the way.
Thanks.
However, the seniors at Scotia Glenville High took a much more serious approach.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Brennan and Beth McKay.
We've lost our minds.
Yes, we have, but there's a legitimate reason for it. Actually, we're here with the crew in TV10's Studio A. A lot of our productions come from right here, everything from telethons to car commercials. And what you're getting is a glimpse of behind the scenes.
Not quite what you had in mind, huh? But for the students being showcased tonight, this is no surprise. Making television is hard work. I just asked the students at Shaker High. They produced an epic adventure titled Clean Food, the Environmental Ninja.
Now, we have to preface this video by saying we certainly don't advocate that violence be used on litterers. With that said, let's watch.
Fool! Recycle! But master, why recycle? Well, once there were two frogs. One frog recycled, the other did not. The one that did not was squished by an angry musk oxen.
Oh, I see you infinite, Sensei. Next time, recycle or be squashed.
You learn well, Bamboo.
Fool! Why do you not recycle? You find pleasure causing Mother Nature pain? Well, yeah. What are you gonna do about it, Chinaman? Hey! Halloween's over! Take off the costume! Moron! Moron! Idiot! You fools! These cups will remain here millions and millions of years. Recycle or die. Hey! You, a man of cleanness, polluting the environment, you must die. Why do you do this? You know, there's once two frogs. I cannot do this alone.
Environmental Ninja, what a concept. That from one of our oldest groups to submit. And now for something completely different, our youngest group sings to the tune of Old MacDonald. Now wait till you see it. It is adorable. Each child made a two-sided poster of the earth. When they sing about pollution, they show a dark and dirty earth. When they sing about solutions, it's bright green and blue. Graders from John L. Edwards School in Hudson tell us an interesting wildlife story. Now, you have to listen carefully because they have some technical difficulties with the audio.
We know all about technical difficulties, right?
That's
Can
right.
you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Well, here the kids explain how the lynx, a wild cat once part of the Northeast, is now being reintroduced into the mountains.
I know cats that cost 1,000. They go outside, they get hit by cars. Nobody feeds them. What? somebody lets $1,000 kitties live outside? But they aren't pets. They are wild cats that used to be part of the wildlife in the Catskill and Adirondack Mountains. But for some reason, they become extinct there. The cats pretty much died out in the Catskill and Adirondacks in the 1800s. But now wildlife scientists are trying to restore them to their mountain habitat there. The scientists buy lynxes from trappers in Alaska for $1,000. They either drop them by helicopter or they backpack them in cages deep into the Adirondack Mountains. After they release them, the scientists keep track of the lynxes with radio collars. I hope they survive. I love cats. Me too. I'd love to see real wildcats pulling for the bobcat and the cat. It seems like they really belong there.
Now, if you see an environmental violation, call the Department of Conservation tip line. For more information about the Lynx Project, write J.L. Edwards School, State Street, Hudson, care of Lynx Fancy.
And we thought that was an unusual subject.
Yeah, oftentimes we focus on saving what we have. Here was a case of replacing something that we had lost.
That's true. This is production control here at TV10.
Where everyone works hard to try to keep those pesky technical difficulties to a minimum.
Speaking of technical, the juniors and seniors at Taconic Hills High took a very technical and thoughtful look at our environment.
Boy, I'll say, they use Newton's law of motion to show how nature works in harmony when we don't interfere.
Newton's first law of motion, a world of movement, balance, proportion, variety, emphasis, and unity. Our dilemma comes with the second law. An unbalanced force accelerates an object in the direction of that force. Can committed individuals exert enough positive force to check the ecological imbalance that is presently propelling our Earth to accelerated destruction, deforestation, pollution, waste, ad infinitum? For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. If we unite to counter the destructive momentum with positive energy and effort, we can regain the balance and perfection for the Earth and the universe. Through a prism, a beam of light is bent and separated into a spectrum of colors, the variety and texture of the Earth and its inhabitants. We, as human beings, bring value and intensity to our Earth. We are the rainbow, and together we are the light. As the spring seeks to regain its natural position, the Earth strives for balance, and we are compelled to use our collective force to accelerate the healing process. We are the rainbow force, moving to the light for a better today, for a better tomorrow. Newton's laws of motion, a harmony of movement, color, and sound. Renaissance, rebirth, spring, ecological balance. It is our responsibility. It is our opportunity. It is our legacy. Ecological balance, survival.
These kids are far more aware of environmental issues than you and I were when we were in school, Beth.
They sure are, and that is a good sign. In order to protect this world for the next generation, the first task is to make certain everyone knows how important it is.
We'll be right back with more For the Next Generation, by the Next Generation. Welcome back to For the Next Generation, by the Next Generation. We're watching videos produced by local students about our environment.
The sixth graders at Blue Creek Elementary School in Latham came up with an original rap for their video. And it is a great idea. It's about a girl who falls asleep in class and then has a bad dream about the future.
Then she awakens and then falls asleep a second time, this time dreaming about a much brighter future. Let's take a look.
Today we are going to talk about the environment and the importance of recycling. Please open your books to page 213.
2, 3, 4. We are the future, and we're here to say things are really a mess in a major way. There's styrofoam here, cans and bottles there. What we're doing to our culture ain't really fair.
Kids used to run and play where they'd be unharmed. The playgrounds aren't as dumps, they've really lost their charm. The swings and the slides used to be a blast. Because of garbage today, they're a thing of the past.
We are the future, and we're here to say things are really a mess in a major way. There's styrofoam here, cans and bottles there. What we're doing to our culture ain't really fair.
Remember when animals roamed all around? They had homes and shelters where they could be found. Now animals are starving and they won't be back because garbage has become their only snack.
We are the future, and we're here to say things are really a mess in a major way. There's styrofoam here, cans and bottles there. What we're doing to our culture ain't really fair.
In the 1990s, way back when, parks and picnics were the craze. But that was then. Now there is no place to spend fun summer days because garbage is taking our parks away.
We are the future, and we're here to say things are really a mess in a major way. There's styrofoam here, cans and bottles there. What we're doing to our culture ain't really fair.
What happens when you don't recycle? If we act now, it doesn't have to be that way.
One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We are the future, and we're here to say thanks for helping us out in a major way. There was styrofoam here, cans and bottles there. Everyone pitched in and did their fair share.
You parents are important because you showed us how to recycle and reuse so the world's here now. Papers, cans, and bottles all have their place so the next generation will have enough space.
We are the future, and we're here to say thanks for helping us out in a major way. There was styrofoam here, cans and bottles there. Everyone pitched in and did their fair share.
McDonald's was the first with the recycle plan. Public pressure caused the others to join the clan.
Separate your garbage!
It's a federal crime. Leave our next generation a piece of the pie.
We are the future, and we're here to say things are helping us out in a major way. There was styrofoam here, cans and bottles there. Everyone pitched in and did their fair share.
The schools were the leaders because the kids in cuts rate. They demanded that we listen. It was getting late.
Recycle and reuse.
We can't afford to refuse, so the next generation will not lose.
We are the future, and we're here to say thanks for helping us out in a major way. There was styrofoam here, cans and bottles there. Everyone pitched in and did their fair share.
Do you have any comment?
Recycle!
Just do it!
We are the future, and we're here to... I wasn't a cheerleader, I promise.
Oh, I bet.
Here at TV10, we're fortunate to have a full-time environmental reporter, Scott Yunt, and he joins us now. Hi, Scott.
Thanks, Beth. Here at WTEN, we know that the health of the planet is very important, and we take it very seriously. The schools must be doing something right because these tapes are absolutely great. The next one is from Schoharie High School and is a very scientific approach to an environmental report.
Yeah, but before we show this tape, we want the people at home to see if they think the reporter in this piece is a teenage Scott Yunt. I bet you were just like this in high school.
Oh, exactly, with a slide rule.
Okay, let's take a look.
Here, in the heart of Schoharie County, lies beautiful Fox Creek. Why, then, does this creek show the first signs of dying? Sad fact is, towns, private contractors, municipalities, and even counties find that the streambed gravel has much economic value. Therefore, the creek is frequently defaced by bulldozers and backhoes, which crush the rock and make the creek dirty and unsuitable for some forms of life. 4, 5, 6, 7. Hi, how you doing? My name's Charles Beener. I'm part of the Schoharie High School ecology class. We're down here at Fox Creek analyzing the water to see what kind of life can possibly live in here. And right now I've just done a dissolved oxygen test. Found it to be about 7 parts per million. And recently, we found it to be about 12 parts per million. So down here today, we're going to see if any different life can live in the water. And Stephanie, do you have a water temperature?
Degrees Fahrenheit and air temperature is 57 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, 59 and 57. All right, it's very important to record this data down here. It's part of our analyzation of the creek.
There's a big cloudy, so I'm pulling this plankton net to find out why.
And what have you found in the past?
Well, we found in the past that it's been small particles of crushed up rock.
We also have another one of our colleagues in the water. Jim, he's right up here looking for the insect life.
I have found mayflies and caddisflies upstream.
So now finished seining the creek for fish. Let's see what they found.
We do got a couple fish in here. We have some rock bass, smallmouth bass. Looks like there's a couple creek chubs and maybe 1 or 2 sculpin in there.
We're going to do a fluoride test and see what we found. If there's any salt in the creek or anything like that.
I found that the chlorides in the creek are 45 parts per million.
Hey, is that good or bad?
Well, that's bad because there shouldn't be any chlorides in the creek at all.
What are sources of chlorides in the creek?
The two major sources are animal sewage and road salts that are dumped up on Route 443 in the wintertime.
For Fox Creek, we found some positive and negative results. But one thing is for sure, the dredging done here in this creek is definitely having a devastating effect on the ecology of the stream. The dredging done in the area we showed you killed all species of marine insects, salamanders, frogs, any small species of insect or anything like that that would get crushed by the meat-grinding effect of the bulldozers. And as we've learned through our readings, the small particles of rock caused by the dredging inhibit the reproduction of fish species as well as lowering the oxygen content of the water. And I think you'll agree with me when I say that clean water is definitely more pleasing to look at than dirty water.
Yep, no doubt. Teenage Scott Young.
I told you, right out of the same mold.
Maybe a little.
All right, our next tape is from Carrigon Elementary in Clifton Park. A lot of schools once participated in helium balloon launches. Well, they'd like you to know about some environmental hazards. Let's listen.
Wow, this balloon is so colorful. I'd like to see it fly. Hey, why don't we let it go? That's a great idea. Okay, Mr. Balloon, we're gonna let you go because we want to see you fly. Bye-bye, Mr. Balloon.
Hey, wait a minute, kids. I may be pretty and colorful, but I am very dangerous to fish and wildlife. You may think I can fly around the world, but I can't. Sooner or later, all us balloons just run out of air. If I land in the ocean, a dolphin or whale could think I'm food, eat me and die, and that's no fun for either of us. So please, try to save the life of an animal and hold on to that string tight.
Well, a lot of people let go of balloons. What is it better if we let go of you?
Yeah. Some schools, like Carrigon Elementary, have stopped the annual balloon launch. Good for them. They could save the life of an animal.
No balloons.
No balloons.
Okay, that's understood now. We're here with our good friend Joanne Gage from Price Chopper Supermarkets. You know, Price Chopper's support over the year has enabled us to bring you these important environmental programs.
Well, Jim and Beth, the Golub Corporation is concerned about protecting the ecology we're so fortunate to have here in the Northeast. And the fact that so many schools chose to participate in this program is real encouraging. For this many students to be actively involved in environmental projects like this says a lot about our local school systems, too.
It sure does, and certainly the advisors and the teachers should be commended for their hard work, for their foresight and their commitment to both the environment and their students.
That's right, Beth. Do thank them.
Joanne, how'd you like to introduce our next video for us?
I'd be delighted. The fourth graders at the Holy Spirit School in East Greenbush have adopted a whale. His name is Half Moon.
Oh, this is the story of Half Moon the whale. Half Moon the humpback whale. He swims in the sea, was adopted by me. Half Moon the humpback whale. One day in September, he was swimming alone. Half Moon the humpback whale. A storm came up, of course he was blown. For Half Moon the humpback whale. Stranded at sea, tied up in a net, was Half Moon the humpback whale. Caught up in the mess that fishermen set, was Half Moon the humpback whale. He struggled for breath, would this be his last? Half Moon the humpback whale. Then here comes a boat, coming up fast, save Half Moon the humpback whale. That whale rescue boat set the whale free. Half Moon the humpback whale. A cheer went up, they shouted with glee. Hooray! For Half Moon the humpback whale.
Well, it's great to see how many schools have made ecological awareness a part of the day-to-day activities of their students.
Seems like they're all doing it, and coming up, we'll show you some more from Queensbury, New Lebanon, Leishakil, and many other schools as For the Next Generation, By the Next Generation continues. Welcome back to For the Next Generation, By the Next Generation. Why don't you follow me now into our news studio? First thing we do through the door is stop at the mirror for a few last-minute technical adjustments. And this is Studio B. And I'm going to join Beth up at the news desk. This is Don on the dolly cam, which runs like a little train across some tracks. Here's John on the studio camera. And up here on the set is where we bring you the day's most important news stories 7 days a week. Hi, Beth.
Hi, let's talk a little bit about the product. News is a major part of broadcasting, and the best news is balanced, meaning all sides of the issue are covered. Now, several schools chose the news format to illustrate their environmental concerns.
Here's Waterford Half Moon demonstrating the art of anchoring and news reporting.
I'm standing at the proposed site of where the Inner Power factory will be established in Half Moon. It is this piece of land that will soon be made into a coal-burning, energy-producing factory. This is what the people from Inner Power say the plant will look like once it's finished. GE Silicon and Waterford will be getting most of their steam and energy from the Inner Power plant, shutting down their own older steam boilers and tying it into the new facility. From the Hudson River, Inner Power will take 3.5 million gallons and put back 1 million gallons. But what will be the quality of the water put back? Within a mile, the village of Waterford is busy bustling around, not knowing what the long-range effects really are.
It's going to affect us all. We know that. And nobody wants it in their backyard.
So many things are happening in Waterford. The over-exaggerated problems with GE. I think GE really tries to do the very best that they can for us, and the newspapers, whatever, like to pick up on that and create a few problems now and then. And then we have the situation with the AIDS house possibly coming into Waterford, which a lot of people are dead set against. And then we have Inner Power. So I think for a small town, we have a lot of problems.
It rises up into the air, and the birds that fly in there, it could get really stuffy up there. It's like having everybody in the world smoking, and then all the air just rises, because hot air rises, and soon it's all filled with dirty air, and so when the birds fly through it, they don't feel well, and they feel like they are about to die. Behind me is the Waterford Half Moon School, but over here is where the Waterford General Electric property begins, and only beyond this is where the Inner Power facility will be built. I'm sure you can see now why so many citizens are concerned about this project. I'm Jessica Dervish from Waterford Half Moon School.
Through the magic of television, we can use a technique called chroma key. This is where Steve Caparizzo does the weather every night. Now, with this special effect, we can be superimposed anywhere.
I think I'd prefer the quiet lake scene. I don't know
I
about
agree
you.
with you.
All right. Well, the Schoharie Elementary School used this very difficult technique in their newscast.
Good afternoon. I'm Tanya Trice.
And I'm Matt Crandall.
At Schoharie Elementary School, the trash busters have been called in because of the garbage problem.
Take it away, Jen.
Matt, the trash busters have just entered the cafeteria.
We're the Trash Busters!
Better known as the Garbage Eradicators.
Uh-oh, it looks like they caught us. Did you know that children at Schoharie Central in the cafeteria alone make 50 pounds of paper each week? That adds up to 1 ton a year. The same with plastic. Items like chip bags, aluminum foil, and sandwich bags. Students at Schoharie Elementary create 3 bags of milk cartons, which adds up to 75 pounds of milk cartons a day, which adds up to 375 pounds of milk cartons a week, which is a total of 7 tons a year.
We confess we made a mess.
The children at Schoharie Elementary School have decided to take the advice of the trash busters concerning garbage. They are getting involved.
Cookie wrapper.
Please,
Plastic.
Plastic.
Paper.
The kids are finding out more facts about recycling.
Our object is to create a clean, white, crisp piece of paper from this old, ripped crumple a piece of paper. We will put the scrap paper in and turn on the light. Presto! See? Nice, clean, white paper.
Students have informed us that they have a team of kids organizing a campaign to demonstrate ways to cut back on garbage at their school.
The students feel one small step for their generation.
One giant leap for future generations.
Next, we have a tape sent to us by Eileen Heslin from Greenwich Central School. In it, we meet the special students from Room 2.
These students are responsible for the school's recycling program.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Heslin, and I would like to explain to you what we do to help the environment. These are the students of Room 2 in Greenwich Central School, and what we do, and we have been doing for the past 2 years, is we recycle all the paper that the students use in this school, and I'm going to show you how we do that. But first, I want to introduce you to the students. This is Erin. This is Pat. This is our other Erin. And this is Jerry. The first step was for the students to go to the classrooms and explain the rules. The students in Room 2 made a with the rules. They practiced telling the rules to each other, and now Pat and Erin are going to tell the rules to a third grade class in the middle grade building. The next step is for the students to gather the paper.
Morning. If we recycle?
Each day of the week, a student is assigned to go to one grade and pick up all the paper for that grade. So tell us the next step.
Next step is to put in the paper in the color box and like that.
Oh, very good. And then after that, what do you do?
We start recycling it.
Right, and what do you do with the boxes?
Bring them back.
Bring them back.
Here at TV10, we have a For the Next Generation Advisory Board. Members work together to help us identify environmental issues that we should bring to your attention. Now, one member of the board, General Electric, sponsored Ingenuity Challenge 300.
Ingenuity Challenge 300 was a broad series of creativity competitions with 1,500 entries from grades 4 through 12. The next 3 projects you'll see were submitted in the environmental video categories.
Hi, my name is Melissa, and I want to tell you something about garbage. Last week I saw someone drop a whole bunch of litter on the ground. Yesterday I saw somebody fill the garbage so full that it overflowed and garbage flew all over. And today I saw some kids waste perfectly good paper. If we don't stay on top of litter, litter will stay on top of us. That's fact. In 1990, when we had electricity and clean water. Don't let that be your future. Just because we're kids doesn't mean we can't help save the earth. Turn out a light when you leave the room. Saving water can help too. Turn off the water while you're brushing your teeth. Take showers instead of baths. When you go somewhere, ride your bicycle or walk when you can. When you save energy, you save the earth. The future is now.
I'm Recycle Ralph, and this is Hazardous Area. We're going to show you 2 ways to make a lunch. I carry my lunch in a paper bag, and my drinks from a shrink-wrapped juice box. My sandwich is in a plastic bag, and my snacks conveniently wrapped in foil. This lunch is easy to prepare and it's disposable. And I'm done. I throw it away. I pack my lunch in a reusable bag, and my drink is in the thermos bottle. My sandwich and snacks are also in reusable containers. Best of all, this apple doesn't even need a container. The lunch I prepare is environmentally sound. By packing in reusable containers, I help save trees and don't contribute to the landfill problem. Now you've seen 2 ways to pack a lunch. You have to decide between convenience or responsibility to the earth. The choice is yours.
Incidentally, Michael Hill, the producer and writer of the Lunchroom Tape, was a grand prize winner in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade division, and he took home $1,000.
GE Research and Development Department gave out almost $60,000 in prizes.
That is great to hear. We'll be right back with more. When it comes to broadcast news, the key ingredient is teamwork.
Any job is easier when we all do our share. Just ask the SCAT team, Slingerland's Kids Against Trash.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you're about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Have you ever stopped to ask yourself how much trash you generate in a day?
Well, Queensberry Elementary School was concerned about the large number of juice boxes they throw away daily.
So Mr. Miller's 3rd grade class decided to collect juice boxes for a week to see just how many they added to the landfills. The youngsters shared the results with the school and made posters to display alternatives like thermoses and recyclable cans.
No doubt that project took some planning and serious work on the part of the students.
That's for sure. Boy, Jim, it is cold out here.
Well, that's the wonder of television. You know, we can create almost any illusion and make it seem real. But if you were here behind the scenes, you'd see what's really done to create the effect, like Mr. Fogg back here.
You know, another great effect is animation. The cartoons you see on Saturday morning are a good example of that. It is not an easy technique to master, but that did not stop Wallkill Middle School from creating 2 very well-done pieces.
Here's another special piece of equipment we use. It's called a crane cam. It can take pictures in places the photographers can't get to themselves.
There it goes.
Yeah, like up in the air, for instance, right?
Right.
Beth, it's just amazing what can be done with video.
Video is great, but it is important to choose the right words to go along with it.
That's for sure, and that's why we check our news scripts to make sure the words match the video you see. There's no doubt words can give pictures added meaning.
Lishakill Middle School used poetry to express its feelings about our natural resources.
Oxygen comes from trees, so don't take advantage of it. It isn't free. Every time a tree is cut down, plant a new one in the ground. Landfills and dumps are overflowing. Stop polluting so the amount stops growing. You can help by recycling. Stop pollution. Help make a new revolution. All of us can work as a nation to keep Earth clean for the next generation.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with more of For the Next Generation, by the Next Generation.
Wow, time flies. The hour's almost over.
Not so fast, Beth. There's more. Did you know New Lebanon School is on a mission to rid their building of litter bugs?
No, tell me more.
Well, all I can say is they have a hotline staffed with environmental police. The rest you'll have to see for yourself.
Hello, environmental police. How may we help you?
There's this bad guy at New Lebanon Schools. He's dressed all in black and he's polluting. Could you come over right away?
We'll be right over.
salad bowls. Just think what that would add up to over a whole year. But
Now we replaced all of our styrofoam with washable plastic bowls and dishes. And remember,
you can do it too. Talk to your school officials to find out how. And your school too can be environmentally safe.
never I shall be victorious!
Sure looks like they had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, and we have too, haven't
Yeah.
we? It's a great way to close out the year, looking toward the future and how each of us can make an environmental difference.
Now, we have one last tape to show you. This one, done by Schoharie Central, seems to sum up the entire hour. If we all work together, we can enjoy the beauty of nature today.
area young people.
The enthusiasm shown by the students who participated in this project and the commitment of their faculty advisors gives hope that the next generation will indeed find solutions to the environmental issues that face us in the 90s.
We'd like to thank all the schools who contributed. Those schools whose tapes you've seen tonight will receive a plaque in recognition of their efforts. We could not begin to include every tape sent to us, although each one was deserving of applause. The tapes that were shown were selected by the For the Next Generation Advisory Board, and we want to thank them for giving up their Saturday. Every school that submitted a tape will get a certificate of commendation.
Now, the environmental agenda is not going to go away, and we here at 10 Eyewitness News will continue to bring you the latest information on the subject. And Jim, my guess is that sooner than you think, we'll be reporting on the positive contributions made by some of the people we met tonight.
And on behalf of all the young writers, reporters, producers, and directors on this show, thank you for watching. And if you know any of them, congratulate them and tell them they can make a difference. Good night from all of us here at TV 10.
Good night.